Hey guys, Whiplash Wi-Fi here. I'm bringing you a video on my new YouTube, Punching Penguins. So here we go. This battle is against my friend Alex. He wanted to do OU. I didn't want to do OU, so I made an NU UU team with I think one BL in there. So here we go. So I lead out with DM, and he leads out with his Weavile, and we're both gonna set up first turn. He sets up the Swords Dance. I'm gonna set up the Substitute because I know his next turn he's gonna set up or go for the Brick Break. So he goes for the Brick Break, and fortunately on this one I thought I was carrying Hidden Power Fighting, but I have Hidden Power Fire instead. Which that's fine, because that's going to do a decent amount on the Weavile, and later on other things that he has. But so I do go for the Hidden Power Fire, and he does live it, unfortunately. Here I'm going to switch out, go into my Sand Slash, hoping I can take whatever he's going to use. So he goes for the Brick Break, and then I'm like, alright, I should be able to outspeed it, because I do have a decent amount of speed in here. Unfortunately, that is not the case, and he does get the Ice Punch off, which is going to kill me. I thought I'd live it, but unfortunately, I thought wrong. So I do lose him, which he could have been great later in the battle because of the other things he had. Anyway, so I'm going to cake his lie because this thing's a pro, and I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch just to get rid of the Weavile, because I know the Weavile can kill me with the Brick Break. So I do get my Flame Orb off, which is good because I do have Guts. I hope to God I have Guts. Anyway, so he goes into Jet Stream, and I'm going to go for the Flame Wheel, so that's good for me. It's not going to do enough to go. It's not going to do enough to be a 2-hit KO, but it's at least a 3-hit KO. So, yeah, the leftovers, and I get burned and such. So I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into Pookie, who is my Crobat, and unfortunately he is going to roar me out. Bring me into my Slowking, who can basically wall this guy because he cannot do much because he doesn't have the Brave Bird, he has the Aerial Ace, so. Yeah. So he goes for the Aerial Ace, and it's not going to do a lot. I think it does a quarter, I guess, I don't know. So I go for the Surf, and that's going to do a ton. For having no special defense, for having no special attack EVs, that's really good. But then again, Skarmory does have kind of bad special, special defense. So he goes for the Roost, I guess, to try to stall me out and see what I'm going to do. I just go for the Surf again, because I know that there's, I'm going to do the same amount, but hopefully I'll get a critical hit and kill it. Which doesn't really happen. So I believe he goes for the Roost again. Yeah. No, I go for the Surf, which is going to kill him. And stuff. Yeah. So Jetstream faints, and I do recover my health due to the leftovers. So he goes into his Cresselia, and I'm like, shit, I cannot do anything to this. So I'm going to go into Hiker, because I know Hiker can take anything from this Cresselia, because he's got Charge Beam and Psychic, and then he has Rest and Calm Mind, I believe. That's the typical set that I have on that I gave him, basically. So he switches out, and he goes into Kingdra, and I'm going to go for the Leech Seed on the switch. Predicting the switch, actually. I knew he would switch into something that could do damage to me. So he goes into Kingdra, and I'm like, alright, I need to go for the Body Slam, and hope to God I get the Parahax. So I do indeed go for the Body Slam, and I do get the Parahax, which means his Swift Swim is not going to work at all. So that's very, very good for me. So, yeah. Now I go for the Wood Hammer, and I do kill it, and I take like a shit ton of damage too. So, yeah. So here's the leftovers, and he goes into Blunt Trees, who is the same Pokemon as me, but I'm going to go for the Body Slam, hoping for the Parax, but I don't get it. So he goes for the Curse, and I'm like, fuck. Curse, I can't really do jack shit with Hiker on Blunt Trees after the Curse. So I'm going to get my leftovers, and shit's going to go down, and such. And I'm going to withdraw Hiker. I'm going to go into Pookie, because I know Pookie can do, he has the Super Fang, or the Hyper Fang, or whatever it is, that cuts your HP in half. But he goes for the Wood Hammer, I guess. I don't really know. It didn't show it. for some reason. But so yeah, so he goes for the wood hammer, and that does not a lot. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for the taunt, so he can't leech seed me, which I know he's gonna do because he's gonna predict my switch because he knows I don't want to take a stone edge. So he doesn't get the leech seed off because of the taunt, and I think it's skipping. Anyway, so I go into DM because DM has hidden power fire, which will kill him basically. He goes for the wood hammer. I don't know why it keeps skipping. Anyway, so he goes for the wood hammer, and it's not gonna do a lot. And yeah. So I'm gonna go for the hidden power fire because hidden power fire is pro. And it's not gonna kill, I don't think, because this thing is specially bulky. So it is a 2-hit kill, but he goes for the wood hammer, and it's not very effective again, and he is hit with the recoil. And why the fuck does it keep skipping? I don't, what the fuck? Anyway, so, yeah. So, I do go for the hidden power, and that is going to kill, which is fairly good for me, because now I don't have to worry about this thing anymore. Yeah, so he faints, I get my leftovers, I'm about 50 HP, 41 HP, sorry. And he goes into Pimp Knight, and I know I'm gonna die, so I'm just gonna stay in as a death fodder. But he goes for the Dragon Dance, which, I guess that's good, and here I was thinking, I have, hidden power ice. At the time I thought I had hidden power ice, but I have hidden power fire, so it doesn't do too much. And he goes for the extreme speed, and that is definitely gonna kill, DM, unfortunately. Yeah, DM faints, and I go back into Pookie. I don't even know what I did with the name. And I'm gonna go, or he goes for the Dragon Dance, I guess, predicting that I would taunt. And then he'd get an extra one up. But I go for the Super Fang, which is gonna do half because it does have the actual HP that they have. So yeah. So now he goes for the extreme speed, which is gonna kill me. So I am gonna die. So I'm dead. Crobat really doesn't do a whole lot. Basically what I use it for is just throw it in and so I go into Cake is Lie and go for the Sucker Punch. I thought he'd go for the extreme speed, which would kill me. Unfortunately for him, he misclicked, I guess. I don't know. So he goes into You Got Mooned, and I know I can't kill it, but I'm gonna go for the Substitute anyway, just to see if I'll live. But he goes for the Calm Mind, so that's good. I do get a free. I basically get a free substitute, but unfortunately I do take the damage, and I don't gain any damage. So I go for the Return, just to see how much it's gonna do, because I do have Adamant Nature and Max Attack, and that doesn't do jack shit to this thing. So that really sucks for me. But I am gonna lose my substitute, and I am gonna go this turn, get burned. I am gonna go for the Sucker Punch because I know it is I know it is super effective, so it's gonna do more than the Return did. Unfortunately, it doesn't do enough, and I do die to that. So I go into Hiker, and I'm going to go for the Body Slam, hoping for the Parahacks. I think he goes for the Rest. No, he goes for a Psychic, which sucks for me because I'm not really specially built, but I do take it decently if my computer's going to stop being a bitch and black screen on me. So I believe I go for the Wood Hammer, and that does kill him. So that should be the end of the match, and god damn it! So, yeah, I fucking